Decree. Do you know what a decree is? Do you know how to say the decree? The importance of it? Come, sit here with me, watch the video, and we'll teach you all about it. Honey.
Do you see any bee?
It is springtime where we are. There are bees out.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I'm specifically speaking to you, whom I refer to
I know.
as my husband, my honey.
I was trying to be funny. You didn't get it?
I laughed.
Oh, okay.
That was funny.
I know sometimes you don't get my jokes, so.
Aha. What is a decree?
Well, it's a command. It's for example, it's actually in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
In the Bible, it's written, "Decree, and so shall it be."
Mm-hmm.
You know, or it's and the Lord or God decreed. Is that what you want?
Yes.
Anyway, right. You know, and God decreed, or the Lord decreed. I mean, He commanded. That's what a decree is. It's a command. You're literally. The Ascended Masters teach us that we're the masters of our universe. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Which means that wherever we are, the environment, wherever we are the masters, and you have to imagine visualizing that. That you're the master there. You are in control of the environment you're in. And because of that, just like a king would do, what does a king do?
He commands.
He commands. He decrees. So they even call it decrees, right? I decree.
Uh-huh.
Notice that? Or the king has decreed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you are. You decree. And when you decree, you're commanding. You're putting that energy out there, that frequency that says, obey me, universe. I put this out there. You have no choice but to make it happen. That's what a decree is.
Okay. So why should we say these decrees? Because people are starting to get decrees.
Oh, well, you don't have to say a decree.
What is it? What is a decree?
Well,
I think we should start with.
Well, let's start over. They're prayers, right? Everybody's familiar with a prayer.
Right.
As you go to church, you're normally told to pray.
Mm-hmm.
And when you pray, what do? It's a slow talk. Right? You're talking with
Right.
some higher being or some higher power, you would think. Normally, correct?
Normally, yes.
So, but you're talking, pretty much. You don't sing when you pray. Right? We don't call singing a prayer, do you?
Well,
It's called a song.
as a Catholic, no, we were taught that when you sing the prayers, you're praying twice.
Really?
Yes,
I'm Catholic. I was never told that.
I was taught that.
I mean, it's a good idea. No? So, and then, but I don't remember ever singing a prayer in church. Have you done that?
Yes.
What prayer have you sung?
Well, because I was raised with the Latin Mass, we sang a lot of prayers in Latin.
I went to
chanting.
Latin Mass in Chicago. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about me growing up. Not when you and I started going to church together, because when we went to church together, they didn't have that at the Mass.
Okay, I was say that's my point. I don't remember.
But me growing up, I always went to the Masses where it's basically the entire Mass was sung. So it's a whole set of prayers. And so you're constantly singing the prayers in Latin.
Right.
Yes.
But not in English.
Well, they have them in English too.
No, but have you experienced it in English?
Yes.
I haven't. That's interesting. Anyway, so let's get back.
Like they sing the Our Father, and they sing the
yes.
Creed,
They
and they
do.
sing the Gloria.
They do. Okay,
Then my husband is remembering now.
Yeah. They do sing that. So we do sing some, right? But
Yes.
normally it's slow talk. You're talking.
Right.
So that's praying, right? And then, like you said, the songs, they're prayers, and that is a form of praying.
Right.
And even with the teachings, we do have songs, decrees that are songs.
Right.
We have that. Because you have praying and then you have chanting,
Yes.
right? You have chanting,
Yes.
which is normally that's associated with the monks, whether they're Catholic monks or Buddhist monks or any other type of monk, they're the ones that normally chant. That's also a form of praying, but it's at a faster pace.
Right.
You also have the rosary as Catholics. the rosaries, okay? You've done rosary. What is that like?
That is very repetitive, and it was so repetitive that in my family, maybe because we just speak very fast, I could get through an entire rosary within just a few short minutes, which would normally take like 20 or more. I could do it in like maybe 7 or 8.
So why
Because I
did you
would
do it
speed
so
through it.
fast? Why did you say it so quickly?
I don't know why I did. I just would. I'd be sitting down sewing, and I'd just be, saying all the prayers while I was sewing, and I kept going faster and faster.
Now, was it a problem with the Catholic Church that you said it faster?
Well, I don't know about it being a problem with the Catholic Church, but my dad and mom would tell us, slow down, you're going too fast. You need to be reverent in your prayers. Okay.
So you notice that? And that's why I brought it up, because I know I was told as well. When you say the rosary, you say this at a certain pace and a certain rhythm, but you don't go too fast.
Right.
Right? There's a slow pace you're supposed to use, a constant rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
So we go from prayer to rosary, and then we go to chanting. Mm-hmm. And you see, with chanting, they start off slowly, and then they pick up the rhythm, and it goes faster and faster and faster.
Well, I don't know about the Catholics doing that, but I know the Buddhists do that.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, the Catholic chanting I know is very
steady
paced.
But if you notice, it's repetitive.
It is.
As you said, just like a rosary. So a chant is nothing more than a rosary at a faster pace. Mm-hmm. Well, the decree is the same thing. It's a prayer, but it's much faster than a rosary. Mm-hmm. Now, the difference here between the prayer, and there's some prayers that are handed out, like Archangel Michael prayer was handed out by Archangel Michael. Mm-hmm. Decrees are all handed down by the Ascended Masters. So see how similar they are?
Yes.
The only thing is, with the prayers, with the decrees, there's certain energy with them, and there is a tempo with them. Like we can say the Our Father, whichever we want to,
Mm-hmm.
With the decrees, you can say them whichever way you want to, or chant whichever way you want to. However, they're more effective when you say them with the right rhythm. There's a particular rhythm you're supposed to use, because when you hit that rhythm, then you're within that frequency that decree generates, which makes it more effective. For you, you benefit more from it, and for the people that you're helping as well. Mm-hmm. Next thing about a decree is that when you say a decree, you might think you're saying it on your behalf, but you really aren't. You're saying the decree on behalf of everybody else out there. Mm-hmm. You're putting everybody needs energy. The world is made up of energy. We're made up of energy. There are folks that don't believe in God. There are folks that don't know how to turn to God and never heard of God or a supreme being. So what we do when we decree is we're supplying that energy to the Ascended Masters, to the angels, to go help those individuals in need. All right? Mm-hmm. And so by doing that, of course, that energy gets multiplied, because that's just a natural law of the universe. That when you put something out there, it gets multiplied. I don't know how many times. I say 1,000-fold, but it's probably more than that. Mm-hmm. So then we might say one decree, but by the time we're finished, the energy from that decree has multiplied by so much, because the angels and Ascended Masters that help with it, we can help more people. And as they say, what you put out is what you get. Well, we put out that little bit, and we get back what it became after it got multiplied. Mm-hmm. And that comes back to you 1,000-fold or more. But we don't decree to get that back, the 1,000-fold or more. We decree because we know it makes us feel good.
Yes.
And that's why we decree. Mm-hmm. The next question would be then, well, what's the next question? Your mind is blank, but I'm trying to get to the
Actually, the question I had was, someone watching this video might be saying, well, how do I get a decree?
You contact us, and then we get to see, well, we have the Valley decree that's
for everyone.
But it's on YouTube, in the YouTube channel, so the 190 Vision YouTube channel, so they can just use that. But
that's a start.
If you want specific decrees, then we wait. Just because you request decrees doesn't mean you get the decree, by the way. We're guided by the Ascended Masters as to who gets decrees and what decrees they should get.
And when they should get them.
Yes, they're right. There are even some people that go through a trial period.
Yes.
So
that's not up to us. We just follow the guidance that we are given.
However, the question I was going to talk about was, well, with the decree, can you just think it in your mind and then that's it?
That's right. That's a very good question. A lot of individuals ask that. And from what we had said in the Violet Flame video, no, it's something that you have to verbally say. Even if your lips are moving and you're barely whispering, at least it's coming out. It's something that you physically do.
Because for you to command, what do?
You speak it.
And that's what it is, right?
Right.
That's what it's called, the science of the spoken word. A decree is actually called the science of the spoken word. You have to speak it for it to happen. You know, decree it. See, in the Bible, it didn't say think it and it will happen, even though they do say thoughts or things.
Right.
But for you to command something, you definitely have to say it because you're commanding it now. You're making it happen.
Right.
Intentionally.
I know for myself, I've had dreams where I was scared in a position where I felt threatened. And in my dream, I started saying Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. And I woke up yelling Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. And I even had other dreams where I don't remember what I was doing in them, but I know I was decreeing. And when I woke up, I was still saying the decree verbally. So that's something else that you might experience.
Because your higher self knows it's important for you to verbalize, so he started verbalizing on your behalf. Going back to our question then, do you have to say it out loud? Do you have to verbalize the decree for it to be effective? The answer is, you don't have to verbalize it out loud, as you said earlier, right? You said as long as your lips are moving.
Right.
You're commanding. You can whisper it. You can just, nobody has to hear, but your mouth or your lips are moving. Your mouth is actually moving. You're verbalizing the words. That's the key.
Yes.
Just imagining them in your head is not good enough. Imagine a monk, a Buddhist monk sitting down and he says, let me start chanting. And he just sits there and you don't hear anything. It looked rather silly. So it's something like that. You know, you literally have to verbalize it. Anything else you want to add about decrees? Well, they're handed down to us, first of all, right?
Right, and they have energy with them from the Ascended Masters.
That's correct.
And that's what we're tapping into, is that frequency, that energy that is with each decree.
And they're the ones that help multiply. For example, if we get a decree from Jesus, then, and that will be the Lord's Prayer.
That's the most well-known one.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's actually a decree, folks, just to let you know. And I love that one. And there are others by him, like it is finished, right? That's my favorite. Anyway, but...
And I am the resurrection and the life.
Oh, yes.
Yes, very famous one.
Yes, very good one there too. So imagine saying that decree, for example, I am the resurrection of life of my perfect finances. And that's something that people... You can literally...
Or my perfect health.
I just gave you a decree, by the way.
You just got one.
All right? That Jesus sponsored. So by you saying that, Jesus automatically multiplies the energy for that decree and sends it out on behalf of everybody else out there that might be praying for financial help, but they don't know how to do it. So that's how that works. The Ascended Master that gave us the decree, handed down the decree, is always behind that decree, supporting the decree, and supporting individuals saying the decree. And then we get on that frequency. For example, for that one, for finances, there will be whatever the frequency for perfect finances is. You keep saying that decree, then you start to raise your vibration to get to that frequency. It might not happen overnight. It depends on where your level of frequency is. So it could take some time, but it will get there eventually.
And another key to effectively decreeing is consistency. You know, we have many individuals who might say decrees today and tomorrow and then skip a few days and then they try to get back onto it again and they find it challenging. So the key is to just remain consistent.
Excellent point. Or somebody might say a decree because we always say multiples of 3, you know, because that's the way it's supposed to be. And someone says it 3 times. And then that's the end of it.
They expect the massive results after just saying it 3 times.
Right.
Well,
and then nothing happens.
You just started to create the momentum. You continue. to really create that momentum and then see what happens.
It's like those old water faucets for the wells where people...
Oh, the ones where you have to prime it?
Exactly, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, is that what you call it, priming? Because you're just pumping.
Yes, you're pumping.
And nothing's coming out. And you're thinking, what's going on here? And you're pumping, nothing's coming out. And then so you stop pumping because your arms get tired. And nothing came out. All right? So then you decide, oh, I'm really thirsty. So you start pumping again. Well, you have to start all over because the water was probably halfway there, even higher, close to coming out, just went back down because you quit. Mm-hmm. Decrees work the same way. Just imagine that. You have to keep pumping until you see the results.
Right.
Just because you don't see the results doesn't mean that things aren't changing.
Yep. I think that's very good.
And then the next thing, so how are decrees different from affirmations?
Oh, yes. I didn't even think about that one. Explain that difference.
Right, because affirmations are all over the place. So we even recommend affirmations to some of our members. So what's the difference between them?
Well, for me, I think an affirmation is basically like reprogramming your brain to think in a more positive way.
Okay. And
so you are programming your whole self to be in a more positive way, whatever it might be. But with a decree, and affirmation is really just for you, I would think, because it's more personal. Whereas a decree, it is going out there into the world so that it can come back to you multiplied. And it's helping more than just yourself. Is that
the
good?
key thing again is that's good, but the key thing again is that we're not focused on whether or not it comes back to us multiplied.
Right.
And so I want to stress that. It's more about us sending the energy out there because we know it's needed by other individuals.
Right.
And whether or not it comes back to us, that doesn't matter to us. Mm-hmm. We know it comes back because that's the law of the universe. But we're not saying the decree because we expect something back. We're saying it because we want to help the universe itself. Mm-hmm. All right? Next thing about affirmations is that they're normally created by man.
Oh,
it's a human being that creates you could create an affirmation. Mm-hmm. I can create an affirmation. So whatever energy is behind that is the energy of the person that created it.
Got it.
While a decree has the energy of an ascended master. Well, think about that. Compare my frequency to that of Jesus.
I definitely want Jesus.
All right? Mine would be like this little drop of...
I love you, honey, but sorry, I prefer Jesus in this moment of time.
I don't have a problem with that. I want his too. When I'm with my cousin Vinny,
yes.
The guy was deciding which attorney he wanted.
Oh.
Then he'll say, I want that guy, right?
Right.
I'd be like, I want Jesus, you know?
Yeah.
So, no, I agree with you there. But that's one of the major differences between an affirmation and a decree.
Okay.
And a decree and a chant, I'd say are very similar because they both speed up. So I could imagine that they're both extremely powerful because they're both increasing frequency as you say them faster. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to verbalize both. So they're probably as effective. And I know that for the Buddhists, their chants come from
the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas.
So they come from the Ascended Masters as well.
Right.
They don't call them Ascended Masters, but
that's
they come from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So exactly. So they decree, but they call it chanting.
Right.
We decree because the Ascended Masters tell us that that's what they call them, decrees. But they're both commands. Aha! I bet you didn't think you were a Buddhist chanting when you were saying decrees.
No, I didn't.
All you do is bow your head and you'll be fine. Alright folks, we hope that helps with what a decree is.
If you have any questions, be sure to let us know. Remember to subscribe and like this video. Join the Facebook group 190 Vision to connect with others on the same journey. Get help by visiting our website 190vision.com. Support the 190 Vision mission by clicking on the donate button, which is at the bottom of each page of our website.